When I talk about being flexible, this also applies to dating. Sis, bruh, the dating pool is very limited here because there are several people, like I mentioned, from different countries, and so you need to be flexible. In fact, there was a time in my life when I wasn't seeing any black person except on Sundays. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Mo. My name is Mo and I am a lawyer licensed to practice law in the province of Ontario and also in Nigeria. I create content for internationally trained lawyers who are looking to requalify in Canada. I create content for graduate students and for people who are looking to immigrate to Canada and succeed in Canada. Please note that whatever I say in this video is not legal advice. I'm sure you're a bit confused about the thumbnail because everyone right now is screaming about the reasons why you should be moving to Canada. But the truth is, Canada is not for everyone. I've been here for 4 years and I've interacted with some people who moved to Canada from their home country for school, and once they were done, they had to move back because they just weren't feeling Canada, and some people just know that Canada is not for them. Despite the fact that everyone was to Jakpa. Jakpa means run away for those of you who are not Nigerians. Some people just know it in their heart that Canada is not just for them, you know, and you just might be one of those people. So keep watching to find out if you should move to Canada or not. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Kindly click the red subscribe button below and subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell so that you will be the first to know whenever I post new videos. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you like it. It helps me know the type of videos you guys love. And if you're new on my channel, I like to engage with my audience in the comment section. So please make sure you leave me a comment so we can get chatting. Number one reason why you shouldn't move to Canada. Don't move to Canada if you cannot do it yourself. Canada is such a do-it-yourself country, such a DIY country, and if you're used to other people doing things for you, don't move to Canada. I'll give you an example. Back home in Nigeria, I know that if you are rich or let's say above average, you have a gate man, that's someone who opens the gate for you. You have a maid, someone who cleans the house. You have a chef, you have drivers, and that was my life in Nigeria. I had people who did practically everything for me, and coming here for me was a shock. I had to learn to do things by myself. Even in Nigeria, you have someone who puts the gas for you in your car. Literally, when you go to the gas station to buy gas, you don't get down from your car to put the gas in your car. You don't get down to go into the mini mart to pay for your gas. You have someone who literally puts the gas for you. When you move into a new house, you have carpenters who will come to the house to literally build your table for you, build your furniture for you, build your bed for you. But here, you are going to have to buy those things from IKEA or StructTube and put those things together by yourself. So things are very expensive here, and if you want to save coins, you have to do it yourself. Of course, if you want a maid or if you want a chef or if you want, you know, someone to help you do all these things, you're going to have to spend money because labor is not cheap here in Canada. So if you cannot do it yourself, Canada is not the place for you. Don't move to Canada if you're not ready to start over. Yes, if you're not ready to start over, don't move to Canada. I was a lawyer back in Nigeria. I'm still a lawyer, but I'm not a practicing lawyer. And I had to move to Canada for my master's, and then I started over. I know people who have been doing the licensing process for like 10 years. I'm not exaggerating. I know people who have been at it for 7 years. I know people who are medical doctors back home, and then they come here and they have to start over. The truth is, you have to start over. Even if you're not in a profession that has a licensing body, the truth is you still have to get Canadian education and Canadian experience. Canadian employers really see how I'm emphasizing the really value Canadian education and Canadian experience. And the truth is, if you're not ready to get those qualifications, or if you're not ready to go back to school and make yourself uncomfortable, then Canada is not the place for you. The third reason why you shouldn't move to Canada is if you don't like cold. And I know that for some of you, this might sound very trivial, but this is such a big deal for some people. Some people cannot just stand cold. If you have some form of health issue, let's say you have asthma, or you have some form of health issue that just would not allow for you to expose yourself to cold, that is a good reason for you not to move to Canada. I mean it, because Canada is very cold. And I have a video where I actually teach people how how to dress for Canadian winter. I talk about the type of winter jacket to buy, the type of boots you should be buying, the type of scarf you should be buying, just to make sure you are well equipped and ready to face and attack the Canadian winter. But on a serious note, if you don't like cold, if you cannot stand cold, I am one person who doesn't like cold. I had to weigh my options. Did I not like cold enough for me to go back to Nigeria? I was like, nah, I'll take cold. If you don't like cold, then Canada isn't the country for you, and maybe you just shouldn't be moving to Canada. The fourth reason why you shouldn't move to Canada is if you are rigid. If you're moving to Canada, you need to be flexible. Flexible when it comes to jobs, because while you're still trying to do the licensing process, or while you're still trying to requalify and get that job or that dream job, you might need to do some menial jobs that might have been looked down upon in your home country. For example, when I was at the University of Toronto, I had to work at the call center. I also worked as a legal assistant, and my job duties included cleaning the office, wiping down the tables. Those type of things might have been looked upon in your home country. You might have to work at a factory, you might have to work at Tim Hortons, you might have to do something that you don't necessarily like, but you have to be flexible because you have to pay the bills while you're still trying to find your feet in this country. When I talk about being flexible, this also applies to dating. I know some people can be very rigid, and some people are like, oh, I want to date a Nigerian and I don't want to date any type of Nigerian. He must be from the same ethnic group. He must be Yoruba, or he must be Igbo, or he must be from this particular village. He must be from my tribe. Sis, bruh, the dating pool is very, very, very limited here, because there are several people, like I mentioned, from different countries, and so you need to be flexible. In fact, there was a time in my life when I wasn't seeing any black person except on Sundays. I would literally go to work from Monday to Friday and I would not see one black person. It was that bad until I went to church on Sunday. So my point is, you need to expand, you need to be flexible. So my point is, if you're only looking to date someone from Nigeria or someone from the same ethnic group, it just might be very difficult to find, because the truth is the dating pool is smaller, except you decide to be flexible. The next reason why you shouldn't come to Canada is if you are too attached to your family and your friends. And this is big for a lot of people. Back home, I'm from Nigeria, and it's such a community-based country. You see your family every time, you see your friends every time. As a woman, when you give birth, you have your mom come help you out, you have your mother-in-law come help you out, you have your grandparents come help you out, you have your aunties, your uncles. These people come help you out. There's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child. Literally, it takes a village to raise a child. But here, it's OYO. It means on your own. You are literally on your own. If you have a child here, let's say your mom travels from wherever she's coming from to help you. After 2-3 months, she's out. Or your mother-in-law comes after 2-3 months, she's out. You can get a nanny or get someone to help you, but it's very expensive. And for the most part, you're going to be doing these things by yourself. Just to having your friends and family around, it just, you would need to do a lot of adjusting, because even when you come here, the time difference might be different from back home. It might not be as easy to talk to your friends and family, because maybe when you're coming back from work and you're just ready to unwind, they are already sleeping. When they are working, you are sleeping. The time difference doesn't just work, and so it's just very difficult for you to keep in touch with them, except you're very intentional about it. That's why a lot of people in Canada are depressed, and I'm not just saying this because I feel like saying it. I have friends who have gone through depression. I know people who are still going through depression. I was also depressed as well, because it just takes a lot mentally to yank yourself off from your home country, where you are already built, where you already have solid connections and community, and then you come into a new place. Even moving from a city to another city can take a toll on you. I moved from Toronto after 2 years, and I moved to London, and it took me a while to find a new community. It's just very difficult sometimes. The winter adds to the depression. You don't really know people, you are starting over. It can just be a lot, and that's why I would advise anyone who is moving to Canada to find a good, solid community when you move to Canada. I have a community, and my community has blessed me a lot, because there are times when you need people to talk to. There are times when you want to get a job. If someone who works in a particular company hears about a job opening, that person can tell you about the job opening. You need to surround yourself with a good community that will always help you. If you go to church, for instance, and you don't show up at church, let's say 2 Sundays in a row, 3 Sundays in a row, these people can call you and check up on you to see how you're doing. So finding a good, not just any community, because there are some communities that can also tear you apart as well. Finding a very good community that wants the best for you is good. And you can always go on Facebook, and if you're Nigerian, search for Nigerians in my community, or Indians in my community, or Africans in my community. You know, that's a good way to start. If you're interested in public speaking, join Toastmasters. I'm a member of Toastmasters, and Toastmasters is another part of my community. So my point is, find a good community. And if you're the type that you cannot do with your friends and your family at home, don't move to Canada. The next reason why you shouldn't move to Canada is if you are used to using connection to get a job or get something done for you. Now, this might not apply to everyone, but I know that in Nigeria, sometimes you get a job by virtue of who you know. So if you know someone who works at a top company, usually they have slots for the people they would like to bring into that company. So you can literally get a job just by knowing someone or by having connections in that particular company. Now, the reverse is the case here in Canada. I'm sure there are, people who get jobs because of connection, but for the most part, you get jobs in Canada by networking. I used to be an introvert, and when I tell people that I used to be an introvert or I didn't talk as much, they're like, we don't believe it. That can't be true. And yes, it's true. I had to learn how to network. I had to learn how to talk to people. I had to learn how to go for events by myself. I had to learn how to put myself out of my comfort zone. If you are used to just sitting down and calling, making phone calls and getting people connect you to high places. So those are all my reasons why you shouldn't be coming to Canada. So sit down and evaluate all these things and ask yourself, is Canada for me? Can I cope in this country called Canada? Because everyone is doing it doesn't mean you need to do it. You guys enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, and if you want me to create more content like this, let me know in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Ask Mo. Bye. If you liked this video, kindly give it a thumbs up,